Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns. This is the Majora's Mask Randomizer Saturday Weekly, which is Blitz Season 2 settings. As of next week, Blitz Season 2 will be officially starting on Friday, the 24th of I almost said November then. I'm like, where am I? Where? Of April. There we go. Nailed it. You can tell I haven't done a restream in a little while. I'm Shannon Bird, and I'm your restreamer and your seed roller for today's lovely seed. We all need a Shan seed every once in a while, right? In the commentary booth with me, I have Axel, Ryman, and Shelnoth Roosevelt. Thank you both for joining me today. And our three lovely trackers, we've got Neuronomicon, Captain MD13, and Flap. Please be gentle on our trackers. As always, they're chilling in the cages. They've got plenty of cookies to keep them going. But I'm going to hand it over to the commentators. You guys have fun. I may not be Shannon Bread at the end of the stream. The restreamer may swap to a certain Trez. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But yeah, I'm out. See you guys later.
Thanks, Shan. Thanks, Axel. Our special third commentator is Axel's soundboard today, so get ready for that. Yeah, welcome in. This is our last weekend of weeklies before the Blitz tournament starts. So I guess if folks haven't been watching these settings, I'm a little new to them. But basically, instead of defeating bosses to get remains, we're going to be collecting stray fairies to get remains. Everyone starts with 10 of each stray fairy, and we'll need to find the remaining 5 of at least 2 sets. And the remains are on the Great Fairy rewards.
Yes, and we'll be starting with Ode to Order, Epona's Song, Song of Soaring, and Song of Time to help make that journey possible. But let's pull out those fairy catching nets, as we are now going right into it. To start, we have Letter to Mama on the Clock Tower ledge, so...
Likely going to be double required, as this is a Shanty.
This is a Shanty, so yeah, it could be.
Cafe. I'm seeing bomb shoes and Zora mask on his neck, so that is gonna be required. Well, maybe required LTK.
I'm just gonna interject. We're starting with allergy today, so bye.
Oh,
yes, thanks for that.
Will also be included, and elegy to start. Yeah, bomb shoe and Zora mask on Cafe, so we are probably going to be needing that Letter to Cafe too.
There is a small gilded up on the East Clocktown Straw Roof. Or South Clocktown Straw Roof. That is a bean. Usually our small gilded are going to be stray fairies, right?
Yes.
But a bean is also in there for the bean.
And Marker Mask finding a shield in Emerald Field Grotto. That is a big chest on Stumpy as well. And then a small gilded in the corner. We are only fighting small gildeds.
And also not a fairy.
This is a... Okay, I have to ask the question. Are we going to see any non-gilded chests right now? Right now we get our first Way of the Hero. Goron Village is Way of the Hero.
Katie Bean went straight to night 1.
That actually seems to be a very valid strategy in these settings. Just rush to night, go to night 3, and check your hint stones in ranch, because you never know what could be there.
Sure, and these
Way of the Hero.
The Blitz settings do wipe out Bomb Bag 2 purchase, Big Bomb Bag purchase, so you don't need to do Old Lady for that. As well as, I think, All Night Mask purchase instead. But Old Lady herself is still a check, right?
No, she's disabled.
Oh, all completely gone, so no real reason to stick around night 1.
Pretty much.
Toilet Hand is also junked.
But to interrupt for a moment, Mount Smithy Day 2 and Hunting Darling Any Day is dead. Stone Tower is the tournament build Way of the Hero.
Okay.
We do have a fierce dating mask in the trading post.
Okay, we take those. Although, we may not even be entering any boss rooms. Let's see.
But it does make for a clean Majora, but big man before remains, we'll take it. As Captain would say.
Oh, there's LTK.
Oh, well, just sitting in the bomb shop, and meanwhile, Pamela is unfortunately going to be dead.
Did we get a hint there?
Yes, we did on Marker Mass.
Very nice.
And there's the repeat. As nice as the sword upgrade is, we don't want to have to go all the way to Akana Canyon just to save Pamela for it.
No. We do have dungeon entrance shuffle as well in these settings, so that LG could get into any dungeon.
We are still going to need Hookshot and Akana access at least to get up there. Logically, we will also need ice arrows.
Long way off, but may not even end up using it. We have a Gorman race, which I was wondering how often runners would do this early when it is sometimes hinted. That seems like a pretty good reason to do ranch hints before Gorman race to me, but that's a Keaton on room reservation.
And I believe... No, Keaton Quiz is on, so
we
may do that. We did find a Woodfall Stray Fairy in the tree in North Clocktown.
Yes. Katie Bean skipped room res, so if Keaton Quiz has something, it'll be a while for her.
Definitely a next cycle sort of thing.
Yeah. That was a powder keg on North Clocktown Tingle.
I'm just jamming to KT Bean's sea shanties.
Oh, let me switch over.
And GFS on Madame Aroma.
Nice. That's a lot of early offense with that NFD.
Yeah, we got Majora easily taken care of, and now we have GFS for any regular stuff. But KT Bean's going to be missing out on that for quite a while. Oh, it's a 5 rupee powder keg, too.
Yeah, it's interesting folks aren't buying that.
I guess see why.
Aliens is off, and Powder Keg Challenge is off.
And maybe there's really no need for the keg right now. Like, as explosive, we can maybe use it, like, obviously just once, but we don't have Goramass to even do that, so. Also, keg is useless except for Keg Trial, or Keg Castle.
Sparkle's in the mayor's room, but is that just all of East Clocktown?
I think if it's the mayor's room, then there might be required couple masks for that. So it's for the office.
Yeah. Okay, so probably
we are getting ranch hits. Beneath the Well is dead. We do have a stone tower fairy in East Clock Town as well. Alright, turn the field, way of the hero, repeat.
That Great Fairy mask looks so funny backwalking.
It really does.
Town archery is that Snowhead Stray Fairy not required.
So yeah, even if it says not required, that doesn't necessarily mean don't get it, because it could actually be one of your win mode, or actually it's technically your go mode option, but due to like how the randomizer works, it's gonna list as not required.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can't have anything actually locked behind remains.
Oh, and Katie gets the Gorman Bros hint, which is in Ranch.
I saw it was not required. Did you see what it was?
Piece of heart.
Great. Yeah, so she gets to skip that.
I want to say that might have been like Snowhead Fairy. For the
Snowhead Fairy on archery, yeah, town archery.
The start slow. I've only clicked 3 buttons, 10 minutes. And Captain, you know how I feel with some of these slow starts.
Okay.
Heart container on doggy roof. Hookshot chest is a piece of heart. So unfortunately, Captain, I need you to chime in here. We're not going to be able to find anything on.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I need you to chime in. We're not going to find anything on.
Bees?
Thank you, Captain.
You're welcome.
We can't have Captain MD join a race and not have bees.
I know for a fact you have that on the soundboard too. This is gonna be Zora.
Bees?
Thanks. Yes, there it is. Zora
Right,
for
we
Pojo.
have too many bees now. Yeah, Pojo, first one to Zora immediately.
Which
Zora
makes
Village,
sense.
the way of the hero.
Fifth and Marker are both, I think, going to get it this cycle as well. Yeah, Dog Race Roof was just a heart container.
And we are seeing Keaton Quiz by Marker Mask.
Nothing on Keaton Quiz.
And Katie Bean is buying the keg.
If nothing else, like, you can use it as a backup explosive if you get Goron before other explosives.
And I think that's... Milk Road Tingle had a Great Bay Fairy.
Love that Yoshi effect on the chest pickup.
Do I actually have a Yoshi on my soundboard? I think I do. Okay, yes I do. I'm not gonna play it though. Because it's the disturbing Yoshi one.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
It's the Bring Ha, but it like gets like deeper.
Okay. We got Marker's Mask also losing a little time on Gorman Race there. Also captains in Night 3.
Yeah, in staff room. I see Captain had was moonlighting at the Stockpot Inn recently.
More sparkles in West Clocktown. Still another deposit away from Bank 1. Bank 2 and 3 are off in these settings. And I don't think we've seen Swordsman School.
We haven't, no, but we are about to see it with KTB. Captain pointing out that there is a fairy on Dog Race.
Interesting.
So we are probably going to be on the lookout for a Mask of Truth.
We're getting a gamble. Kojo's gonna try his luck. Yeah, Shen, no reason for Mask of Truth if your luck is good enough. I believe it's like a 1 in 3 chance of Gold Dog winning without it.
I'm tempted to play Let's Go Gambling just because you decided to say that, Shan.
Looking pretty good. At least getting money back.
Oh no, Gold Dog might actually win this.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
I think it's good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Close. Kojo just be like, I can't stop winning.
Meanwhile, Marker's slashing that hint on Gorman Rays.
And there's a Woodfall Fairy.
See if Marker will also decide to gamble the Dog Race. That could be, like, important, unfortunately, if Massive Truth is somewhere weird and bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh hey, Fifth is taking on
Lizard.
Ah! He sure is. Actually, so is Kate.
And it's a big one here. With a
Ooh, bombs.
Ah, so that's where they went. Now we can finally bomb some deduction. Wait, we just killed the population. These Dodongo kills are also going to be very helpful for KT Bean since she is one deposit away from a Bank 1, and we have seen Bank 1 actually burn runners in the previous races. The main one that actually comes to mind, someone did not get their bow from Bank 1 and instead went all the way to Well for Hot Spring Water just to get it off of, what's it called, a Hot Spring Water Grotto.
Get a bow? Wait, how can you even go north without a bow?
You could still make the climb without ice arrows. It's just like very careful. And they use the hot spring water to open the path north. Oh wait, no, it wasn't in
Gotcha, okay.
It was path to Snowhead. But yeah, they used the hot spring water to open the path to north and went all the way to path to Snowhead and got their first bow.
That's pretty dark.
I think Pojo was in that race and said that they were going to do the same thing, but then they got the bow off Bank 1.
By the way, we saw a mirror shield in Terminal Field there.
Ooh, Bomb Chews saying no to KTV.
Knockdown, yeah. Nasty.
And worst of all, Larry has a Crimson Rupee.
Crimson Rupee. I would buy it.
I buy it for the novelty.
Just one of those in the whole game.
But yeah, Mirror Shield, that... We
Oh,
don't
Frog?
know if it's the Bomb Bag or Mirror Shield just yet.
Or Frog. And we just
Or
saw
Frog.
Gongero in Biobama, and that opens 2 checks.
So there'll be 2 frogs that we can check. One in Clocktown. I forget the other one.
Southern Swamp will be the other frog that is not junk. A little wait for Katie on the mayor's office opening. Yeah, she had to do those Dodongos without the Great Fairy Sword.
I think Fifth also did that too, actually, which is... Did Fifth get the...
It's, I don't know, but he used a Deku stick,
Yeah.
which is almost as good.
Oh, and Captain mentioning that there was a green fairy on Bank 1, so a Snowhead fairy.
Okay. Did you see if the hair stopped shimmering after that?
I did not.
I have no idea. But we could have... Actually, is that it for West Clocktown? No, Rose's sister.
Yeah, we do have Rose's sister, so if we still have Sparkles even after that Bank 1, then we need Kamara Mask to see what is behind it.
Here's Zora for marker. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
we
we just
have
found-
Kojo pushing west. Kojo and Fifth both. First frog. Did we? Oh, I guess marker does not have the, right, marker just got the Zora mask. Kind of a annoying laundry pool double dip when the frog mask is Zora Law.
GBC Coast Grotto had Kamara, okay.
Got to see that again. Yep, there it is on Fifth side. And Gibdo.
Gibdo
And
on
this
Zora
is Cape Grotto.
Bomb's looking like the Wath right there.
Could be. I mean, it could still be Mirror.
Yeah.
There could be other explosives. We could even find Garo. Or Goron would also open that.
That's true.
Katie being not too far behind picking up Zora, despite the additional cycle. These settings are gonna invite players to transform to human in Pinnacle Rock to try the mask. Although I guess you just get both chests anyway, so... And Seahorses is off.
Yeah, Seahorses are off, so you just check the 2 chests and go from there.
Yeah.
Will suck to fight the eels, but it's still doable.
Yeah, no magic yet.
That is our damn magic.
Yeah, Cafe wears all kinds of special jewelry with the...
Oh, we gotta fight it.
It's not too bad, it's just 2 hits. Looks like that was just money on Rosa Sisters.
Mm.
All Knight's Mask
Knight-
on Evan.
Well, that red potion is expiring in the water.
I missed what we ended up getting on that Pinnacle Rock chest.
Oh, it was a red potion.
Gotcha. Okay.
With no bottle, it just evaporates or mixes with
Yeah.
the water. Wait, does that mean that the water's gonna always heal us now?
I wish.
If only.
There's magic.
Speaking of magic.
Whoa. It could be a while before other runners go Pinnacle Rock. I mean, especially if you're kind of waiting for magic to go.
Of course, magic is behind the thing that you want to kind of use magic for.
Yeah. Yeah, 5th is probably feeling pretty good about that.
Mm-hmm. And KT getting OS Froge.
Bombs on Dodongos would be a bigger deal if we didn't have early GFS. But
True.
so far, that's 3 out of 4 players who have done Dodongos without GFS.
Mark does have it too.
You know, sometimes you gotta flex a little bit.
Unless they go by a different name, this is the first time I've seen them, so they're showing off some skills for sure.
Also, that was some stray fairy on Transformation Fairy in Clocktown.
Might have been tracking. Or, not tracking, what the hell? Stone Tower. My brain is still not waking up yet.
That's fair. It's
Coffee.
only like
I need you.
2:30. I don't know where you are. 2:30 where I am.
It's 11:30 for me. Pinnacle Rock is on the way of the hero.
Oh,
wonder
that's
why.
nice.
I wonder if Tiff got that and we missed it, because then that would
Yeah,
actually
that
make a
could
lot of
be.
sense.
I'm surprised we didn't catch that hint already. Something in Bomber's hideout.
Bojo, you're supposed to go in front of the chest, not behind it.
Postman's hat.
Apparently there's a Frorgan Zora shop.
That does mean that the other magic is magic locked.
Mm-hmm. And KT is going for that Pinnacle Rock.
Yeah, it makes sense if you did find that waft. Just get it out of the way. Seahorses is dead, so it really doesn't take too much longer without magic.
Yeah. May get baited by that red potion for a moment.
I don't think a red potion can be waft because you can buy it in the trading post.
Yeah. I mean, like, is going to see the chest, think, okay, hopefully this is the
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Then see the,
Oh, yeah.
the potion.
Yep, she'll pick up the chest, but she'll know once she gets it, that's not it. Can loopy Woth either, because you can still buy it from the business scrub in Canyon.
Yeah, it depends where the wallet is.
Oh, sure, yeah. Getting a Milk Road Keaton quiz. Now with the stray fairies, anywhere the Keaton is, if it had a stray fairy, the hair would shimmer, right?
Yes. This can also be a bit confusing when you're checking the Great Fairies, because if you check the Great Fairies, they will tell you the locations of the stray fairies for that Great Fairy. And what we have seen before is that if it's on a check that has multiple different options, like Keaton Quiz or Goron Shop, then it will appear as if there's like multiple fairies. So if it's on Keaton Quiz and you find, say, a Woodfall Fairy on it, and you can probably see Milk Road, North Clocktown, and Mountain Village. Plus the other 4, so it's going to look like 7 locations.
Okay, but if you go in knowing that, then you see 7 locations, you should immediately know, like, there's a multi-location check in here, and probably be able to figure out, like, what exact check that is.
Yes. We did have a bit of confusion with that when Goron Village had 2, and we only found 1. At the same time, we counted 6 total fairies, and this was like a few weeks ago. Pretty much, shop before and after springtime is considered 2 separate checks, quote unquote.
Right.
So the fairies counted twice in that instance.
Interesting. Definitely good to know.
Yeah,
It's
it
the little
confused us
thing.
quite a bit on Restream. And there is a Snowhead Fairy on the Laundry Pool Frog.
Yeah, that could be a required double dip. I guess we actually know Snowhead Fairies aren't required because of the not required one on archery. But probably an option.
It's just that the stray fairies themselves are usually considered not required, normally. So that's why
Yeah.
they're listed as not required.
Makes sense.
So this isn't like OTR or the Combo Rando where they can be listed as sometimes required.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a Snowhead Fairy on the Transformation Fairy turn-in.
Okay, that's getting to be... So we have 13 total. Like, we found 3 Snowhead Fairies, plus there's 1 on Town Archery whenever we might find a bow. Almost there. Now, would the strat be to just leave Town Archery until you're at 14 Snowhead Fairies and not waste your time on it?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'd say yes. Just because we don't know where that last one is just yet. But once we find it, or at least we know the location of it, then it'd be worth going for that archery one.
Sure.
Because for all we know, that last fairy could actually be in, like, say, ISTT. And who knows where the items that we need for that are.
Right. And that was magic for markers. Meanwhile, Pojo is checking out that all-night mask.
To skip out on Transformation Fairy Reward? Probably.
Hope not. Because that was a Snowhead Fairy. Oh, bottle of red potion on Granny. Long story, yeah. Could be useful. That's our first bottle too, right?
Yeah, first bottle. And we are on day 2. That is the perfect time to go to Woods.
Yep. Might as well. But it looks like he's gonna go east instead.
Oh, east? I thought you said west.
Not a soundboard item.
Okay. What gave it away? The lack of accordion?
I just had my suspicions. Because I
was
know you
tempted-
can do the Patrick impression.
I was tempted to play the soundboard, but like, let me not do the soundboard.
Soundboard optional, as long as it's Patrick. Mamaroma in Bar had a something Stray Fairy.
Stone Tower Stray Fairy, so
Yeah.
we did get Letter to Mama, so we can get that, but we need Cafe Mask.
Well,
first.
yeah, we need Cafe Mats. Did we get Cow Mask? I don't think we've gotten
don't.
Cow. Yeah.
I think there is a moment that you can enter it before Ramon Mask is required.
It is not necessary. Oh, that's a Gilded on Kita. Not sure if that was big or small though.
And no Sonata.
Nope. Looks like Katie Bean will be following Pojo east.
I definitely don't disagree with this play by Pojo going to Night 2 for Graves. Because that's a song which can be very important and gives us some knowledge. And you got Day 2 Grave.
Yeah, and it's not like going to Night 2 rules out Swamp. You can just go do that after Graves. Doesn't take too long.
Yeah. We don't have the owl statue though, so we will have to go the slow way.
Yeah.
It reminds me, no one has went south yet.
No, we have not seen South at all.
We've seen west, we've seen a bit of east. We can't go north.
Nope.
Pojo, do you also not have GFS? Or do you just want to flex?
Maybe they all got it so early they're just blanking on it. I don't know.
Neuro says that Pojo is flexing. That is Song of Healing, so that is a couple of checks. Specifically Macau, and that's it, I think?
Yeah, I think Kamaro's jumped, so...
Kamaru is jumped. You can't use it down south, and north is still inaccessible. So yeah, we only have that for one check, so not exactly a useful song. But that does increase the chance of that Mirror Shield being more required.
We saw a Pamela hint, right?
Yep, we did. It is just a spin upgrade. Great Bay Temple Stray Fairy in the grave for the bats.
Okay.
And we mentioned south and no one was going there. Now Fifth Whammy is going there. And oh my god, there's a big chest. Of course there is on Road to Sun Swamp.
Oh, we might want
Okay,
that.
We might want that, but we can't use it.
No. Somewhere there will be a bow. Someday.
Yeah, just pick up the arrow, enchant it, and then just toss it like a javelin. Or stab it like it's like a dagger. Ooh! Is that interior or exterior for fire purpose?
I missed it.
Meanwhile, Pojo takes a debt to the Iron Knuckle.
Ooh.
It's PFI with a hinted hook chest. Thanks, game.
Oh, yeah, we saw that. Right, we had seen that, and we brought in Captain to say no bees.
Well, we saw the hook chest. We didn't see the PFI.
Oh.
Well, just now.
This is a really annoying room to get across with no bow and no Goron.
Pojo is gonna leave.
Is failing.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't really have the stuff to take them out easily. They are low on
You
supplies.
can definitely get through. We'll see what Katie Bean does here. Oh, she's gonna do the bomb jumps.
Which makes sense.
Not an easy tech. But that'll do it. Here's the swamp frog. On Fifth's corner here. Ah, didn't need that.
At least it gives us a free bathroom break during day 2. Sister, wait.
Yeah, no chance we're doing that.
And Stone Tower Ferry on night 2 grave. Pojo.
That's not great for Pojo.
He is definitely going to be frustrated when he sees that.
If it's hinted, he might go back. But if it's not hinted, that could be a while. So, it seems like now we... Oh, was that Deku Palace Walk?
It was, and it might just be for the song.
Yeah, it could just be Monkey Song. But yeah, I was gonna say now Pojo has missed out on a Stone Tower Ferry, and Fifth has missed out on a Snowhead Ferry. Oh, there's a bow.
Oh, well, we could finally use those light arrows. And of course, it's in Day 2 Woods.
Nice. Yeah, so we've got Pojo and Katie both close on Fifth's heels to find that. Meanwhile, Markers is doing Graves, so we'll see if he gets to that Night 2 grave.
Captain in chat, I'm going to try to do my best impression for you. That's been in play for 40 minutes!
That's pretty good.
Apparently, I'm really good at even doing an impression of Captain. The second bow!
Something in the tree? I don't think we saw a tree.
Land title deed. Pojo just picked it up.
Ah, okay.
My goodness. So, yeah, 2 bows in the woods. Oh, it's a mountain? I thought I saw land when Pojo picked it up. Oh, please do, Neuro. I actually haven't had one in way too damn long.
An attack in the swamp shop.
Wait, what? I think I said spin for... What's it called? Pamela. It's just the sword upgrade, regular sword. Which we still don't need, because we have GFS. Shush, chat. I consider the spin attack a sword upgrade, technically.
Ooh, there's Cafe Mask on saving what's her name? Kume? So yeah, that opens up Mama Bar, which we know is another Stone Tower Fairy.
Okay. Oh, Neuro is pointing out that Hojo does not have Pinnacle Rock marked.
Interesting. That hint stone was the one near North Termina Field, near the Dongos Grotto.
Yeah, North Termina Field. Meanwhile, Fifth Whammy does find Sniffa.
Yeah, Hojo's the only one who hasn't been west, or he has been west, but he doesn't have magic. So
Yeah,
that would line up with no PR walk.
I don't know if we can consider being the hero just yet, if only because we don't logically have access to that chest.
Right, because we would actually need Hookshot for that bean to be in logic, which would of course put Stumpy in logic without the bean.
Or Deku, because we do have a...
Right. Yeah, we do.
We are gonna see it on Fifth Whammy side. Watch this be like Hookshot or something.
If this is Hookshot, then Deku would have to be already available based on what we were just talking about. Blast.
In the case of Deku Palace, it would just mean that the song would be locked, which... There's a number of possibilities for that.
Well, I mean, all of Deku Palace is logically Deku locked. Could be a required item in there. Probably the song, though, you're right. Nobody wants to use that GFS today.
KTB's the only one who's used it.
Yeah, so we had Goron Village Wath, right? And that's now accessible.
Yes.
Could have stuff in Lens Cave, could have stuff in the Goron shop.
Lens Cave has been something that contains a lot of stuff, so... We probably may want to rush there sooner rather than later. Come on, runners. To be fair, Neuro, Stone Tower Fairies are probably the worst ones because of how many items you need for it. Although,
To get up to the ferry.
Yeah, though I probably would say Snowhead Temple is just as, if not worse, actually.
Need Goron and Lullaby.
You need north access, so you're gonna need a bow, bombs, or Goron. Well, you still need Goron either way. But
You need Goron and magic.
You need magic. You need Lullaby. Meanwhile, for Iconic Canyon, you just need Hookshot and... Well, you need a lot,
Iconic Access Mask. And technically Ice Arrows, but...
Ice Arrows, Bow, and Magic.
Less. Right, yeah. Bow and Magic. So they both need Bow and Magic. And... Yeah.
Logical.
I guess... Oh, speaking of Ice Arrows, that could be our Deku Palace Wah.
If that is the Wah, so the main thing with these settings is that if an item is walked, it has to lock at least 3 fairies or something. Which means we're gonna have to do a bit of climbing up to Iconic Canyon.
Yeah, that seems like Iconic Canyon access, upper Iconic access required.
3 different regions of fairies.
3 different regions of fairies. Why couldn't it be like there's 3 different color fairies in Upper Icona? Is that just not?
Yeah, that's what Captain means.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So like a Woodfall, a Snowhead, and a Stone Tower.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know why, but when I was saying Woodfall, Snowhead, and Stone Tower, I was like thinking of like one of those classic jokes, like a priest, a minister, and a rabbit walk into a blood bank to donate blood.
Stone Tower Fairy, a Woodfall Fairy, and a Snowhead Fairy walk into Milk Bar?
Walk into a...
I don't know what happened then.
Yeah, a priest, minister, and a rabbit go to a blood bank to donate, and the rabbit says, I think I'm a type O.
That is definitely a mountain title deed, by the way. Confirmed in the tree.
Deed. So I will say this, I did notice it was red, but I saw text say land.
Unusual. Slash rare.
Maybe specialized or getting up there with needing to be fixed. Which ex-wife do you blame for your dyslexia? All of them.
Wait, yeah, could Ice Arrows just be walked for... No, okay, I see what you're saying, Nura. So, you could have 2 non-stone tower fairies plus the fairy turn-in up there.
Yeah, that also makes sense too, actually.
Yeah. Haven't been able to see any fairy hints yet. I'm guessing, like, pretty much as soon as you have access to a Great Fairy, you want to go see the hints.
In some cases, yes. Though there have been times where runners, even though like they've had access to it for a while, they just don't do it because there's really no need to initially. But at some point, you probably want to just to see, okay, how bad is this last fairy I need?
Yeah. It seems like if you have access to 2, then it'd be, like, pretty good knowledge.
Oh, and there's the hit.
Yeah. And he thought about instantly soaring there. But he's gonna go north first.
Yeah. Which, I don't blame him, that is probably the better play at the moment.
5th Conan to fight the 2nd Iron Knuckle with 1 heart.
But is using GFS.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was
rare.
Gonna be a headshot. Honey and Darling.
That's Honey and Darling.
KT Beam is going up north as well.
I thought there were already 2 Honey and Darling hints in the Gossip Grotto. I guess not.
No, just one of them. Yeah, at the moment, as Captain points out, we cannot see any of the Great Fairies for
Yeah.
Great Fairy locations because we don't have anything that can let us access them. I mean, technically, we could see the Great Fairy. We'd just be disqualified because we have to do some bomb hovering.
Yeah, I mean, same for the Icona Fairy.
Also true, actually, yeah. Yeah, I agree. KTB definitely has taken the lead. The main thing missing is the Gibdo mask, but we are no... Oh, and the bottle. Where was the bottle again?
Bottle was on Grandma's Story 2, and All Knight's Mask, I think, was on Evan. So once she does her Cape Zora Hall trip, she'll get the bottle and she'll get the Gibdo mask.
Yeah, she does have a little bit to do, but we'll see whenever she goes west if she actually picks up Zora Hall.
Yeah, I would say her main edge here is just that Pojo skipped the Night 2 Grave and 5th skipped Transformation Fairy reward, each of which was a Stray Fairy. So just on that basis, she's on a little more solid ground than either of them. But they've all covered some different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if our Goron Village shop is dead. So, looking at Lens Cave, it looked like it was just a red rupee on the ledge above the scrub, so not that.
We can't check scrub purchase, and we don't have Deku with Swamp Tidal Dew for the check.
Right.
So, Lens Cave, what do you have? Stonks from Tingle and up north. Big chest right here.
Yeah, that'll be it. So Hook, without even locking any Stray Fairies, already locks 2 Great Fairies.
And that's a Stone Tower Fairy in Lens Cave as well, so... Bombs and bow were free, so Sphere 1 Hook. We could have had North access, Ikata Canyon access, like 20 minutes ago at least.
Did Katie talk to the baby? Is that... Oh, for doing Goron Elder. Right.
Yeah.
Because the song is on Goron Elder. All kind of retracing steps right now. We'll see Pojo pick up his magic And meanwhile, Fifth and Katie Bean are getting Hook in the Lens Cave, and we've got Markers making his way south.
As Fifth jumps into the void.
Happens.
Oh hey, Pojo could actually keep that red potion.
Oh yeah. Not that he can use it. Is Shiro junked? I don't think he is, right?
No, Shiro is not junk. Shiro can indeed be a hero.
Not that we have lens, but anyway, he instantly drank the red potion.
We are seeing our first Swamp Archer, too.
Yeah, that's fair. Been through a lot of the hints and haven't seen any hints on this, and it is 2 checks.
Mm-hmm. So, Marker doesn't have exactly like the smoothest set of controls from the looks of it. He's doing a good job, though.
Here's Katie's cape push. So we'll see her pick up that Gibdo and All Knight's Mask.
Which should lead her to a potion.
Yeah, the All Knight's Mask will give her a bottle of red potion. Little surprised she's not going to the waterfall. But she might do that after Zora home. Fifth got his transformation fairy reward, so he has that other snowhead fairy now. So yeah, he's in a pretty good position as well, I think.
Yeah, currently when it comes to the stray fairies, Pojo actually has the best record. Or actually, I'd say tied with Fifth actually. The only difference is that Fifth does have that one stone tower fairy that Pojo missed out on.
Yeah, I think that's
Pojo
gonna be
an additional woodball fairy. Dog is his favorite, yes.
That's true. Yeah, if Mask of Truth is somewhere nasty.
Romani
Money
Ranch,
Ranch.
Stone Tower Temple.
Twin Islands.
Great Bay Coast, Milk Road.
Great Bay Coast and Milk Road.
So she never got, KTV never got the Tingle Fairy on Milk Road.
Okay, so that's the Great Bay Coast and Milk Road ones then.
Yeah.
And then Twin Islands.
Unless, actually, no, that might be... No, never mind, I think it's Twin Islands.
Zoe Grotto.
Zoe Grotto or Hot Spring Water Grotto.
Yeah. And then Ranch. I didn't think Dog Race was Great Bay, right? I thought that was Woodfall. So maybe Grog?
I think it is Woodfall, yeah. It could be Grog, yeah. I think Grog is the only one, actually, so yeah.
And then, what was it? Ranch, Twin Islands.
That's another... Or that's the second Pinnacle Rock hint up in Akana Canyon.
I forget what the other remaining Great Bay hint was. Graveyard.
Yeah, we got it. So, Milk Road / Great Bay Coast because of Tingle. Graveyard, Stone Tower Temple, Ranch, and Twin Islands.
Yeah, Stone Tower Temple is annoying, but almost have access. Actually, we do have access, yeah.
We do have access to technically both entrances. I think only the inverted one is randomized, though.
Meanwhile, PFE, there's Iconic Graveyard hint, so Pojo's gonna know. It could be Kita, but it could be Grave too, from Pojo's perspective.
Yeah. So right now we.
The mama and bar.
Yeah. Right now we know that where all the locations of our iconic canyon fairies are, so we could easily pick those up. So that would definitely be one of our two remains for Go Mode.
Yeah. Stone Tower, we can get all of them. Here's a bottle incoming for Katie. Getting lunched though.
And if I recall, Town Archery has a Snowhead Temple, which means we are one Snowhead Temple fairy away from Go. Or at least
Plus Gold, plus Lullaby. Yeah. What was that? Was that Deku? On Cliffy. I only caught a brief glimpse of it.
I didn't even see.
Meanwhile, we do have Pojo doing Shrine. I think if it was anything on Cliffy, Fifth would have probably gone for it, because he has Hook, he has Bombs. No reason not to. So it's probably nothing.
I am currently gonna VOD dive.
Maybe Pojo's just figuring, like, might as well do Shrine on the way to Graveyard. Yep, we started with LG, so...
Oh, about 5 minutes late, but happy 1 hour, everyone.
Oh, yeah. You wanna do shoutouts?
I would like to type it, but apparently I'm not logged in, which is weird.
Yeah, we can do...
I'll just refresh
Is it just like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then... So yeah, shoutouts to Pojo Lone Wolf, Fifth Whammy, KT Bean, and Marcus Bass for being on Restream today. Our trackers, Neuro and Plap. Not so much me and Shell, even though we're listed, because we also signed up for tracking, just in case.
And
but,
Captain.
Oh yeah, and Captain. Captain was not added. We can blame Shan/Trez later. But of course, speaking of Shelnor, thank you for joining me on comms today.
Yeah, I'm having a blast. Thanks for being here, Axel. It's a pretty cool seed.
And Blast Mask.
So true. And Keg, for that matter. Not that we can use it.
Yeah. Also, as chat is pointing out, Fifth Whammy is in Foolish Interior. Oh, probably for eggs for the song.
Yeah, but you only have one bottle.
Well, you only need 3 eggs, so...
You only need 3 eggs, but that's a...
It's so much
grind.
And if I recall, I believe that even if Pirate's Fortress is, or even Pinnacle Rock is marked as foolish, it doesn't affect the song.
Right, the song should still be Great Bay Coast, and the eggs aren't considered for foolish or WA, since they're not randomized.
Mm-hmm. And because they could be in 2 locations. I think the
Also
only time
true.
that maybe a Pinnacle Rock and PFI foolish hint could actually point to eggs being foolish is if both of them are foolish. And I don't even know if that's actually true.
I don't think so. I think, like, because they're not randomized items, they're not considered at all for foolishness.
Pojo actually with a big brain play.
What did he get?
Deku Mask.
Oh, Deku in Shrine? Okay, well that puts him ahead. That's a song that's,
That's a big one
No.
on the final reward, too.
yeah, that's access to the Woodfall Fairy. And we'll see what he's getting here. That's pretty wild.
Pojo the log. Just a bomb.
Well, that's nothing, but... Yeah, I think everyone was thinking, like, I don't know, when we saw Pojo go into Shrine, because, I don't know, I was thinking he'll want to go to Graveyard to see if that Knight to Grave was the other Stone Tower Fairy.
I think we got the hint from the fairy. So he knows.
We did. He knows it's in Graveyard, but it could be Kita. Except I'm not sure if Kita was a big or small gilded, which he probably knows.
Wow, that is... Like, Shrine on its own is not a really bad play. The only issue is that it's unhinted, and there's a number of other things you could be doing. But that is actually big for Pojo, especially with a Deku Palace.
Yeah, I think with these, like, stray fairy settings, Shrine is not as bad a play as we'd normally feel like it is, because normally it's like, well, it's not progression. But
Yeah.
with fairies, it's kind of like, well, you don't necessarily need to push progression.
There's a sword upgrade on Like, so we know where our swords are.
Yeah.
He's gonna be furious when it's just ice arrows. The thing is, Nora, we don't know what the song is, and the song could also be recorded.
Yeah, he's gonna want the song, and even just seeing the ice arrows, like, if the ice arrows are the Wa, that's good information, still. Because he hasn't seen the, Great Bay Fairy STT information.
Actually, Nora makes a good point.
Although-
We don't have hinted dungeons.
That's true. And I just remembered, since the dungeons are shuffled, STT could be anywhere. It's not necessarily locked by ice.
ISTT specifically. I think Stone Tower, like I said, is vanilla, but ISTT.
Right. Okay, but yeah, okay, so that Great Bay Fairy is in STT, not... Actually, does it separate? It doesn't separate, right?
No, it
STT
doesn't.
from ISTT. So we don't know if it's up the tower or in one of 4 random places.
Mm-hmm. Whenever
We are
do
having a
that
tower
climb,
climb.
we'll find out.
Yep. We'll see that from Katie shortly.
Unless Pojo gets Sonata here, then we can probably see Woodfall Temple entrance, and that can give us some info.
Yep. Could be seeing both around the same time.
Marker checking the GBT fairies. Go on, Lullaby.
That was
Oh,
Lullaby.
That's big.
Yeah. So we are truly missing one Snowhead Fairy, but if we find Goron, we can see where it is. Yeah, so, but for Lullaby to be the Wa, there would also have to be 2 non-Snowhead Fairies in Snowhead Temple, right?
Either that or whatever's in that entrance specifically, yeah.
Yes, yeah, whatever dungeon is there.
So there would have to be at least 2 fairies plus access to the graveyard.
Right. Katie is not even checking anything in Stone Tower Temple, just making the climb. That's interesting. What's she doing here? Waterfall.
He does know that the Stone Tower Fairy is in exterior, so might go there.
How can we know the real Wath is ice, since it seems possible to me that a Snowhead Fairy and a Woodfall Fairy could be in the dungeon at Snowhead.
We don't know specifically this yet, but even Nora realized that the entrance to Snowhead Temple could just lead us to Stone Tower Temple or IST.
Yeah, okay, I see. It would have to be that because otherwise, if a Snowhead Fairy was in there, that would still be doubled with the Snowhead Great Fairy.
Yeah. Moo in Woodfall.
Okay. That's a nice little cushion on getting the last Stone Tower Fairy from Madame Aroma. But sound check is junked.
Mm-hmm. And we are okay with that.
Now Katie is going in here. I wonder why she wanted to get that waterfall right then. Maybe just felt like, if I don't do it now, I'm gonna forget.
Probably.
Been there.
Small Hilda, that could be the fairy. Oh, that's big.
That's big, yeah. Yeah, they're magic. Alright, well. I would take that if I were her.
And she still gets it anyway.
Yeah. I would come to you if you put on the Great Fairy Mask, right?
Yeah. Oh, we got our Woodfall fairies. 3 trapped in Woodfall Temple.
Oh. What is this, vanilla? That's really funny. Where the others?
But yeah, that definitely confirms the magic is Wath, which if we didn't already figure that out.
Yeah. Mask of Truth. Yeah, so now Pojo's in kind of an awesome position because he can get all the Stone Tower fairies. Although he might think one is on Kita. And he can get all the Woodfall fairies. Does he have 11 or have 12? Let's see. He has 12. So he's good to go on Woodfall fairies.
And because of that one gamble, he actually can get those set of remains.
Exactly, yeah. Why did he not check? Oh, no Sonata, so he can't check Woodfall entrance.
Speaking of Mask of Truth, we just found it.
Yep, that's a lucky bank for Katie. She's 100% back in the game now. And we have not found the other Stone Tower Fairy in Stone Tower Temple yet, right?
Yep, we haven't found it just yet.
Still some more uninverted checks.
Still a few uninverted, and then we have to check inverted if we don't find it. Marker is going into Shrine, so we'll find Deku eventually.
Right, Katie really needs to go into Shrine to be caught up. I forgot.
Which reminds me, Captain did mention that Shrine is 5 fast checks with strong offense. Counterpoint, Wart is not fast.
Wart can be fast with Great Fairy Sword if you know that leg jump slash tech and can pull it off. It's pretty fast.
It's Wart.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think a lot of people love going into Shrine, but it's not slow with Great Fairy Sword.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the Deku Nut tech on the dinos before, Dinalphos.
That's usually how I like to kill them, because I hate dealing with them.
With Great Fairy Sword, it's just one hit, so I just like go in, slashing.
Yeah, though usually like when I try to slash them, they jump over me, so I use the Deku Nut to stun them to make it easier.
I also like the Goron Pound tech if I don't have the Great Fairy Sword.
That is a good one.
Getting a second Swamp Archery from 5th. Woodfall Temple in ISTT entrance. So that's Woodfall Fairies for Pojo.
That is actually very big.
Yeah.
And he knows where the Stone Tower fairies are. He has access to them. That's pretty much GG.
If he tries Grave Knight 2 for the other Stone Tower fairy, then he's in go mode. But if he thinks it's Kita, he is in Knight 2. And he'll be done with Woodfall before morning.
So yeah, it's definitely going to depend on whether or not he actually does it. If he skips it, then yeah, Pojo could essentially throw this.
That was the second Woodfall fairy he picked up in Woodfall. The first one was in the jar.
Okay, so I missed that. That's why I saw the 14. I was confused for a sec.
Meanwhile, probably Katie Bean will just full clear Woodfall. That's my guess. So she's gonna be one Woodfall fairy short of 15. The dog race one.
Mm-hmm. I0 want for 3 colors.
Yeah, makes sense.
And Pojo is out of there.
Yeah, so Pojo probably is going straight to Grave 2 to see if that's his last unknown Stone Tower fairy. And he should be able to finish this cycle. That's another thing for Katie Bean is she'll have to work in dog raids.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that one's a bit easy.
Yeah, she has good time of day for it. But it's kind of a time consuming check.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, where is 5th on eggs? This must be 2 at least. There's Deku for markers.
Mm-hmm. If that's 2 eggs for 5th.
Okay.
Onk.
Yep, Pojo's going in Grave, so this will be go mode for Pojo. And we'll have like only Mama and Bar left to get, and then of course have to go collect the remains.
No lemons, unfortunately, to whatchamacallit, to dance to while we wait for the clock tower.
Yeah. We said lemons. Whoa, Goron in Woodfall, which Pojo did not get to. That's interesting, because now Katie's going to be thinking about Snowhead fairies. Captain. A Goron list. Oh, wait. Yeah, so our ice lock stuff at this point includes Goron, which locks the Snowhead Fairy, Woodfall Temple, which contains a bunch of the Woodfall Fairies, and the Eastern Great Fairy is also ice locked. So we're good on ice being locked. Yeah, it's true. If ISTT is in Snowhead, then it locks all 4 fairy colors. That was Sonata on eggs, so that's pretty useless. I think Fifth is gonna try Kita, or just go up the tower. Oh, actually, straight for Shrine, so he'll get that Deku. There's the last fairy for Pojo.
Oh no, he hasn't gone to PFE.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, so this one will be the last one.
Yeah, he's gonna be stuck killing time. And Adawa has...
KTB decided to go into an empty boss room.
Oh wow, Abdullah has Bremen, which locks a Great Bay Fairy.
That is interesting. And there's a swamp title deed.
Yeah.
And a recovery heart. Okay.
Yeah, because Blue Boss Warp is jumped.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a nasty pile of bait to pick up right at the end of Woodfall. Plus the Goron. I guess she does not have Lullaby, so she can't go check Snowhead Fairy.
Yeah, she can.
Are the remains always on their like corresponding fairies, or are they randomized?
They are randomized, actually.
Oh, we got a vanilla-ish Odalwa remains on Woodfall Fairy.
Yeah, because if I remember last week, we did get some different remains. I forget. I think what GBT gave us, like, Goat's remains or Odalwa's remains? Or maybe it was Twin Mold, I forget. It was one of them.
There's those Waff Ice arrows coming in for markers.
In fact, right there, we just got George's mask. And yeah, as Captain points out, there was a world last week where you could fight George without ice arrows.
With choose and... Well, if you have FD, it's easy. But choose and bow is the other option I know of. Not a fun time. We're just taking the long way back to Block 10. Katie Bean is finally in Shrine. So she and Fifth are pretty neck and neck, I think. Both gonna get Deku quite soon. Katie has a little speed boost thanks to Goron. As far as fairies, Katie Bean has the Woodfall ones that were in Woodfall Temple. And she has Mask of Truth. I don't think that Fifth has Mask of Truth, but Fifth does have an extra Stone Tower fairy, which I'm not sure which one that was. And an extra Great Bay fairy. But Katie Bean has Bremen. It's, yeah, I don't know.
I'm just jamming out to the Super Mario RPG music on KTV's side now.
It is nice to have, like, fresh music every time. I love the original Majora's Mask music, but when you play this game as often as we do,
It's good to have like a different set of tunes, or even like a different set of tunes in a Majora's Mask.
Right, yeah. Has to be.
Also, as Captain is pointing out, Pojo has calmed down a bit, so you guys can't see it if you're watching the VOD or just watching the stream, but Pojo does have a picture of Yoshi in the bottom left corner of his layout, which represents how he feels, and it was angry for a time. It's now back to calm and cool, which, understandable, we are an hour and 30 minutes in.
Yeah, this will be a pretty good time. And no one really that close behind either. The dog race gamble really gave Pojo a great edge in the end.
And the shrine.
Yes, he was also the first to go Shrine. Everyone else has made it there, but not as soon.
Yeah, him going to Shrine and then going to Deku Palace and Woodfall to see the Great Fairy, and finding out that there's 3 in Woodfall really helped him out, especially once he found out that Woodfall Temple was just right there in ISTT entrance.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the whole thing was, you know, this could go any length of time until we saw that 3 Woodfall fairies in Woodfall, and it's like, oh, okay, where's Woodfall then?
Just find Woodfall and then you're go, and then he finds it immediately.
That was the first temple, and only temple he entered.
Oh no, I thought he entered a Stone Tower to get the Stone Tower.
Yeah, the only randomized temple he entered, I mean. But yes,
okay.
He entered.
Okay, I understand. And Mark is getting the news that there are 3 trapped in Woodfall. Woodfall Temple.
Fifth and Katie Bean both should be getting that info very soon as they're done with Deku Palace, I imagine. Of course, Katie already has those 3 fairies.
And with that, Pojo has finished.
GG. 132.24. There's Lullaby for Katie, so I think you still go to Woodfall. but then she might go straight north to Snowhead as well. She has Mask of Truth though, so she'll see like that final Woodfall Fairy is on that. And she should know where all the Stone Tower fairies are too. I didn't see her go in the Stone Tower Great Fairy, but she must have checked that while she was up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she has it written down.
Okay,
So yeah, maybe she
go ahead.
probably won't be lured into checking out the Snowhead Fairy once she sees Ranch.
Yeah, Pojo will be joining us for an interview shortly. Just giving him a minute. Oh, actually, never mind. He is in the waiting room. I will drag him right in. Welcome, Pojo. GG's.
GG's, thank you very much.
How are you feeling about the seed?
I was a little, up to the first hour, or maybe a little less than an hour, I was kind of trying to figure out where the heck am I supposed to go? And then when I finally found the bow, and shout out to 2 bows in Mystery Woods, by the way. And so I could finally go north. And as I'm trying to get arrows, I'm like kicking myself at first because I'm like, I should have gone north before cycling because then I wouldn't have to farm for arrows. But then I had to go so far to the east to get arrows that it brought me close enough to that pinnacle rock is Wasp Hintstone.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point on, it was just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go here. And I had to, I had to hope as I'm climbing Stone Tower that Woodfall Temple's there, and then I had to hope that the graveyard, the iron knuckle chest that I left behind because I ran out of bombs, had my other fairy. It's like, all right, all those lined up, I'm done. Sweet.
Yep. We were impressed with how early you chose to go to a shrine. Because I think everyone, at least I was thinking, like, you were gonna go to Graveyard and check the Night 2 chest at that point, but then you stopped in Shrine, and we were like, okay. And then it was Deku.
Yeah, at that point, with how long it took me to find the bow and whatnot, I felt somewhat behind because I know I typically go to Mystery Woods rather late compared to other runners. So I was like, hey, I have this hook and I could go to Cape. The interior's dead, so that's kind of worthless. Don't have ice arrows, but I have lights, so shrine? Question mark? So.
Yeah, it panned out. Everyone did go south quite late.
Oh, really?
And around the same time.
Yeah, if I remember, I think it was Fifth Whammy that went south first, or at least to Woods first, to find us those 2 bows. And as Captain pointed out, Spear 0 that we could have had 40 minutes ago when we first got the bow.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, bow and bombs, both Spear 0 making that hookshot and lens cave Spear 1. And it took a long time for anyone to get there.
Oh my
And
God.
technically,
yeah,
you could have big brained this and skipped out on the Deku Palace wall because you could just climb without the ice arrows, and you could have even avoided Shrine to just clear the seed. But everyone did Shrine. That Deku mask kind of being a big turning point for you.
Yeah, that really gave me, really pointed me the rest of the way for the seed. So.
Yeah, Fifth and Katie are both getting a little baited here, with Katie going to see what the last Snowhead Fairy is. Iconic
It's
Castle. Okay.
Oh,
And
so-
5th entering Woodfall. And that is ISTT.
So
Mhm.
where was Goron?
Goron was
Woodfall
further
Temple.
into Woodfall Temple, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, you
There's
and
in my-
Katie entered Woodfall Temple right around the same time, but she didn't have the hint of like the Woodfall fairies. But now she's entering Snowhead, so she must not think she can get all the Woodfall fairies? I don't know, I'm not sure. I would think she'd be
Yes.
in Go.
Yeah, shout out to those Woodfall fairies in Woodfall Temple. Is this even random?
Right. Yeah, just what we were saying.
No, Captain. The Snowhead Ferry in East Clocktown is the town archery. By the way, Pojo, you did gamble on Doggy Race. Would you like to know where Mask of Truth is?
Sure, why not?
It's in Stone Tower Temple in the basement.
Yep, Marker's about to get it here.
No, he already picked it up.
Oh, sure.
Would have been a long time before I made my way there.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Second Magic was also in Stone Tower Temple in the entrance.
Okay.
That Pinnacle Rock magic, you are gonna get that one way or another.
Yep,
It's Stone Tower Temple inverted or uninverted?
uninverted.
Uninverted.
Oh, well, we found our couples mask too, which is also in Stone Tower Temple. Although I think that's ISTT for 5th enemy.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is in ISTT now. Yeah, I'm not clear on what Katie's up to, and say she's losing ground to 5th at this point.
Maybe she's thinking the song from Deku Palace is the Watt, so thinking that Snowhead Temple might have something. There's a bottle of Chateau in Snowhead Temple. Apparently Katie did mark the song as the Watt, not the ice arrows.
For Deku Palace, she has ice arrows.
Yeah, she does have the ice arrows, but she also marked the Goron mask, which I'm assuming is meant to be Lullaby.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Woodfall Fairy, Snowhead, or Stone Tower Fairy, and Goron.
Oh, Captain makes a good
Give me a
point.
few minutes.
Yeah, Ice does lock Goron.
So that might be it. There's another Great Bay Fairy Temple, Great Bay Temple Fairy. Wow. In ISTT.
Right. We saw the hint.
Right, we did.
Yeah, at this point, Katie did check the Woodfall Great Fairy hints, right? Or did she skip that?
She definitely checked it.
Because if she checked it, then she's definitely checked all 4. I don't know. It certainly seems like she could be in go mode here, but she's not playing that way. For 5th, so that Great Bay Fairy was hinted, but now that he has it, I'm not sure what he's after in Stone Tower. Maybe that other Stone Tower Fairy? Not sure if he got that. He has 14 Stone Tower Fairies. So maybe looking for the one in Stone Tower Temple.
Oh, that is Garo Mask in Snowhead Temple.
Jeez, well, that's of no use.
Power of VOD diving compels me to check what the hell that might be. Mark is now exploring Woodfall Temple.
Like, what sort of locations were there for the other two fairy sets?
So Great Bay had one in Stone Tower Temple, one in Ranch, so that must be Lemons, which Katie found Bremen Mask on a Dalwa Harpies. Yeah,
Milk
we
Road
got it.
/ Great Bay Coast Tingle, Graveyard, Stone Tower Temple, Ranch, and Twin Islands for Great Bay Fairies.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Twin Islands one either, right?
No, we haven't. So it's either Zoe Grotto or Hot Spring Water Grotto.
Right. Katie could check Zoe Grotto.
Fifth does have a bottle with a fish in it, so it could fish walk if they wanted.
Is Scarecrow song free in these settings?
No, it's not. You have to set it up.
Yeah, Nero, that's the real concern, is Katie can full clear Ranch and she's just not doing it. As for
she doesn't have cafe mask.
Snowhead, she doesn't have cafe mask? Oh. That would explain it. Okay, because she got her bottle late. She did south without the bottle.
Oh, yeah. She never healed Kome.
Okay. Yeah, that's rough. The other fairy, the other Snowhead fairy, because I think everyone got 13 and there was a hinted one on what, like Madame Marone? No, on Town Archery.
Yeah.
And then the last one, where did it say it was?
Iconic Castle.
Right, Akana Castle, yeah.
I mean, she should have ISTT access. That's how she got the Woodfall.
But ISTT is in Woodfall Temple, right? Or like at Woodfall entrance. Yep. And that's where that Great Bay Ferry is.
Meanwhile, Fifth Whammy is fighting Twin Mole.
Defense FT should be pretty cut and dry.
Katie knows the GBT ferry, that's one stray one, is in Stone Tower Temple, and I believe she full cleared uninverted.
Mm-hmm.
So she should know there's one in ISTT. Markers is catching up, honestly, at, so he picked up the Mask of Truth, and he's gonna have all the other Woodfall fairies.
Mm-hmm.
After Woodfall clear. And Twin Mold had choose and a green potion. Yuck. Okay, Katie's back in Ranch, so she's probably gonna grab both the Woodfall and the GBT fairy here. She doesn't know which is which anyway.
Yeah, as Nora was pointing out, she has to do Ranch before spending too much time casinoing for the other fairies.
Yeah. She would need it first, both of these things done.
Mm-hmm. This will get her Woodfall Temple fairy, and she'll grab the other fairy when doing Lemons.
The Great Bay Ferry is gonna be rough because Sonata was on. Okay, so
Eggs.
the Great Bay Ferry in Inverted Stone Tower is gonna be rough because that's a Woodfall entrance and Sonata was on eggs. Yeah.
The plus side is KT does have 2 bottles, so won't have to 3-trip it, but still, that is rough. Yay,
I
Blue
guess
Dog
we
didn't come
could
in last.
do
Yay,
sewer.
How many dogs are there in the race? Like 15 or something?
I forget.
Bet for fire arrows. That would be up to Trez, who is now restreaming.
Is he even? No, I think. Oh, nope, he's actually available.
Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna take off here. Thank you very much for the restream. And
Yeah,
all
sounds
the way up to
good.
GGs. You may pop in
GGs.
later.
GG's.
Well played. Getting a Poe hut from 5th.
Okay, so I let Trez know that I'll take over for the rest. Also, yeah,
Okay.
we got some lemons. Let's dance.
Is it possible that, I mean, from Katie's perspective, that another Goron Village Waff could be on Swamp Title Deed Turn-In or Purchase, Scrub Purchase?
That is entirely possible.
Because could there, like, could, say it was fire arrows, would that block 3 colors?
Probably not, actually. Like, the hook shot is, we obviously know, is the Wath, and considering how much that actually locked, I would definitely not think that something else was there.
So she's like, oh, the last stone tower? Yeah, just looking for Cafe. But yeah, Cafe couldn't possibly be Wath.
He is going to Mountain Village, though.
Meanwhile, 5th is finally doing the climb. So gonna find Woodfall up there. And also get that Stone Tower Ferry out of Uninverted. So that's gonna... After that, he will only need the Dog Race Woodfall Ferry to have 15 of Woodfall and Stone Tower. So he's pretty close to go.
Right, that is the 14th Great Bay Ferry for KT.
Was that Zoe Grotto?
That was Zoe Grotto. So the
Yeah,
only one
makes sense.
missing for Great Bay is ISTT, which
Which is Sonata Loft.
is behind eggs. So now KT has to think: where do I go?
She's gonna try turning in Swamp Title Deed first. Oh, I guess she can also get Goron Elder Song, which from her perspective could be Sonata.
That is true. Main options that it is, well, we know it's not Sonata, but it could be New Wave or Storms. And if it's Storms, then that's going to be a tell that, okay, I either have to do eggs or I gotta go find that cafe mask.
Yeah. More bombs. That's almost vanilla.
French vanilla bomb bag.
No, there was nothing up there. Oh, she's skipping Goron Elder. Back to STT. Why?
Oh, maybe she thinks that it's in Stone Tower Temple or uninverted. So
I guess she didn't pull clear.
Yeah, she didn't.
I thought she did. I
no,
guess
she
not.
definitely left early.
Well, fair play then. Markers is up to 14 each of Woodfall and Stone Tower fairies. He's missing the Dog Race Woodfall fairy and the Aroma and Bar. But he does have Cafe Mac, I'm pretty sure. It's not marked on his tracker. Not sure then. Nero, you asking about that last Great Bay Ferry? Because that was in ISTT.
Yes. And Fifth now finds the Goron mask.
Yeah. Hojo kind of lucked out on like not seeing that at all. Fifth is like, wait, I do need to activate the pillar.
And there's another bottle for KT Bean.
Yeah, she can just go raid eggs out of PR now.
Oh boy.
Looks like she's gonna do it. Well, so if she gets Sonata and then goes ISTT, that will yield her the last GBT fairy. And she'll be done. Not the fastest route, but it'll work.
It might actually be enough to get her second place.
Yeah, we'll see if Fifth fails on Woodfall. I guess he already didn't bail on Woodfall after finding all three Woodfall fairies in here.
It does look like we won't see another finish for 30 minutes after Pojo, which is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
At least for this interview. It's going to definitely be interesting to converse with the rest of the runners. Like, what were their thoughts on it?
Katie drinks the red potion that would have netted her cafe in the right spot. But couldn't have known. Maybe drinking that will remind her, like, oh yeah, never did commit. But at this point, I think it would be worse to just get distracted into that. Although, I don't remember where in ISTT that Great Bay Ferry was. It wasn't too crazy, right?
It was in... Oh gosh, I don't even know the name of the room. I just know it has like those annoying enemies that like to slam down.
Oh, like the Death Armos maze, maybe?
Yes, I think that's it.
And there's the eggs. Meanwhile, Fifth is getting baited into checking out the Snowhead Fairy. We're seeing Markers turn in all his
All the deeds.
Just realizing now that Markers does not have a bottle. Markers never got that bottle, and so can't get Cafe and can't get Sonata.
And we found Chateau in Snowhead Temple.
Yeah, I think so.
Just recently, and I forget where that was.
So Fifth is seeing, whoops, I'd need fire arrows to get Snowhead Fairies.
I think it was here in Zoe Grotto.
Yeah, that was the other Great Bay one, right?
Oh, Punch Rock had the third bottle.
Oh, okay.
We didn't mention it, but Mark did find Lens on Ocean Tidal Return. Okay, yeah, Zoe Grotto was the
interesting.
fairy. Sadly, we know where all the fairies are, so we know that Shiro doesn't really have anything that's useful to us, but I don't know, he could have fire arrows.
Yeah. So Katie is gonna see this as ISTT and say, okay, I'm in go mode for Woodfall plus... Yeah, Woodfall plus Great Bay.
But happy 2
hours.
Questionable on the happy for at least the 3 runners that are currently still going. But shout out to
Pojo's
Pojo.
probably having a ball.
Oh, Pojo's probably happy right now. But yeah, shout out to Pojo finishing about 30 minutes ago. Fifth Whammy, Mark Mask, and KT Bean. To our trackers, Plap, Neuronomicon, and Captain MD13. And of course, Shalnor for joining me on Restream. You can blame Shan for this seed being rolled, and you can also blame Trez, because it's always fun to blame Trez.
And he's picked up the restreaming. Yeah, thanks for joining the booth. Oh, right, yeah. Well, then blame Axel for whatever happens after this.
Lizard.
As I said. Yeah, I know, Captain. Thanks for also tracking. I don't know how to fix that. I also shouldn't be in the tracker box, nor should Axel, because we got kindly relieved of our double tracking, double commentating duties.
That's true. I guess we can blame Shan for not updating that, but it's fine.
Katie did push time to night 3, so she knows she's in go now. Just needs to find this last Great Bay Ferry.
Was in the Death Armor's maze room, as you mentioned.
Did she sneak over to the Woodfall Great Fairy to just redeem that for the remain before she came in here?
No, she didn't.
Okay, so she'll have to soar back up there. I guess it doesn't make any difference because once you're at the Woodfall Great Fairy, you pretty much want to soar back to the Woodfall Owl.
In this case, because ISTT entrance is in Woodfall, you could just warp to the entrance and then just go from there.
That's true. She's not gonna finish this temple.
Yeah, speaking of Captain, if I recall, this is your first time tracking, and this is also Clap's first time tracking, so welcome to the tracking cages. Sorry, I ate the rest of the cookies.
You weren't supposed to be in there, Axel.
I usually get thrown in the cage all the time. It's okay.
That's gonna be the Great Bay Fairy, I think, for Katie.
That will be.
Meanwhile, Markers is getting his last Woodfall Fairy.
Oh, third. I guess this is your first time with a stick with a Shancy, then, Clap. Yeah, that is essentially go mode for KTB. I think Mark doesn't know that you don't need to equip the Mask of Truth, because I do see it on his face when he picked up the dog.
Yeah.
He is still
That
relatively
dog?
new from what I've heard, and has been training with Section, if I read correctly, or has been, practicing with them. So,
Nice.
could give him that tip once he finishes and joins us.
I was surprised the Gold Dog only said today I should do pretty well when he picked it up with the mask, but...
And fifth, confirming that was indeed the Garo mask, so my special eyes are not exactly bad. No, definitely Section's new little PogChamp, really. I'm so glad I don't have that as a soundboard.
The no bottles is so rough for Markers here. Just stuck. Just stuck. He does have All Night Mask, but he can't get the bottle this cycle. He could get the Punch Rock bottle.
That's true. He might be thinking maybe Grandma Stories is jumped. Which I can understand why someone would think that in a Blitz setting, considering like Blitz is meant to cut out like a lot of time-specific checks, and Grandma Stories do forward time, which understandable why one would think it, but still.
And they're limited on when you can do them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, could just be like never got around to checking that mask.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to switch audio.
Oh yeah.
As KT Bean is doing the march till the moon crashes.
Oh nice. Lemon's music on both sides. Hopefully not all the way till the moon crashes.
Just till the clock tower opens.
Imagine. Completely lost in the sauce, just dancing, marching.
Just tape down the button, go to the bathroom, and then come back with like 10 seconds remaining. 5th is back in Woodfall Temple.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he skipped here. Apparently, boss.
Technically, it is possible for the boss to have a Great Fairy.
Well, the boss here has Bremen, which is gonna do it for. Well, wait. His tracker says he has 13 Great Bay Fairies. Is he missing the Twin Islands one? Maybe.
Yes.
Okay. Well, he shouldn't be too far behind Katie Bean here.
Yeah, his personal tracker does show 3 and does list Romani Ranch and Twin Islands, so he knows that it's there.
Unfortunately, he's already too late to do Dog Race. Oh wait, it's not Dog Race, it's Lemons. Nonetheless, too late to do Lemons.
Yeah, we'll have to cycle reset.
I think he also has to do Dog Race anyway.
ATV is on Majora.
That's gonna be a cool final 2 fairies for 5th though. It'll just be like Dog Race, Frog, 15, 15. Yeah, Neuro, your trackies were quick this seed. Yeah, 5th cycle resetting immediately. He knows. Looks like Marker's having a think about where he might miss something. And GG's to Katie Bean.
Katie Bean. 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 49 seconds.
That's about 28 minutes after Pojo.
30.
Yes. Yeah, wow. Pojo really had a huge edge in the end, just not getting distracted by Snowhead or Great Bay Fairies.
Alright, KT will be joining us shortly. And joining us is KT Bean. GG's.
Thank you.
Man. How'd you feel about this seed?
Pretty bad. I'm guessing Pojo must have found fire arrows or cafe or just did eggs a lot earlier than everyone.
Found cafe.
Found cafe.
Yes. It was on Healing Kome.
I was gonna do that. I I was gonna do that after I did Shrine, and then I didn't. I was all set up for it.
Yeah, he got the bottle before he went south.
Which
so
bottle?
The bottle on Grandma's Stories. So he went Cape, got All Night's Mask, did the Grandma Stories, and went south on day 2.
Gotcha.
Also, he did gamble and win Dog Race.
I know I found Mask of Truth pretty early on, I think. I forget exactly where, but...
Mask of Truth was in STT, so it was not too bad. You found it on the way to finding some other fairies, but yeah, Pojo didn't need it and didn't find it, I believe. Meanwhile, Fifth is finishing off, just picking up his last 2 fairies from Dog Race and Grog, and now he's going to turn them in.
Still has to pick up the Twin Island Ferry.
Oh, okay. So he's gambling that that's on Zoe Grotto, which it is, and not Hot Spring Grotto.
Yep. And I don't think he did Doggy Race. Just barely got lemons in.
You're right. Did he?
Oh.
He didn't. But yeah, so insane markers move here. Healed Darmani with the lens off Ocean title deed turn in, I believe, for his first bottle. Did not find Punch Rock, did not do Grandma's Stories.
And did not go to Snowhead Temple.
Right, yeah.
Wait, does Fifth have all the Woodfall fairies?
Fifth is missing the Dog Race one.
Wait, but it's too late for Dog Race.
It is too late for Dog Race. Yeah, I thought that he would do both.
May go to Madame Aroma so we can get the Stone Tower Fairy.
That'd do it. Yep, that'd do it. He has 14 of those as well.
Does he have Cafe, though?
He does have Cafe.
Okay, yep, he does.
Marker's now getting New Wave from Goron Elder. Did not want that. Wanted Sonata, I think.
And he tried to
really
punch
matter.
him out, too.
Yeah.
Did anyone find the last Foolish hint?
That's a good question.
Which Foolishes did you have?
I had Stone Tower and Beneath the Well.
The other one was Pirate's Fortress Interior.
Oh my... You know, I think I saw that one, and I mentally marked it, but I never actually marked it.
Oh.
It happens.
So I thought the whole time I was missing a Foolish, so... Yeah, no, what is it, when I found... Was it after I did Lemons? I think I had miscounted my Ocean Stray Fairies, because I forgot that I picked up the one off of Tingle. So I had one more than I thought, and I was thinking, wait, did I get one in Stone Tower Temple and I didn't mark it? But no, I had the right amount. It was just... It's important to keep track of your fairies.
Meanwhile, Marker...
Did... Oh, go ahead.
Marker has decided to dive into GBT after finding that New Wave.
Yeah, that's rough. He's at this point looking for Cafe or I guess ISTT for the other Great Bay Ferry. He has all 15 Woodfall. Or fire arrows. But no one has found fire arrows. I will be curious to know where fire arrows were in the end.
Now looking at the fairy counts, both me and Pojo did different fountains, and Fit's also doing 2 different fountains.
Yeah.
It's quite a diverse fairy seed.
It really is, yeah.
You can only have 3 different fountain combos without anyone doing Snowhead.
Yes, Captain, I know exactly what you mean when you say, "You're free!" Okay, I can't do that impression, actually.
I mean, fire arrows could be here in GBT, right?
They could, yeah.
They could.
We haven't seen GBT at all.
Trying to think where else fire arrows could be.
Did anyone do Mountain Title Deed turn-in?
Yes.
Yes.
It was a heart piece.
Shiro has not been checked.
To be fair,
Oh.
only one runner did get
Kita?
lens. We haven't checked Kita, no.
Yeah,
That was a big chest.
Big chest, I think.
Here's
There's
a
another
of GBT.
bottle. Well, if
Yeah.
Markers finds one more bottle, then they might do eggs.
That's 5 of our 6 bottles so far.
Yeah. And Katie, you had 3 bottles, and I don't think you had any of the 2 that Markers has.
No.
No.
Was it? We went off of Grandma Stories. There was one that I found. It was the one that pushed me to actually go do eggs.
There's one in Snowhead and one in Punch Rock. I think those were your 3.
Yeah. Punch
Yeah.
Rock was the one that made you do eggs.
Yeah. And then Markers has found one in Great Bay Temple and one on Darmani, which is so mean.
I'd laugh if Shiro just has the 6th bottle. What would have been more hilarious is if Shiro had the bottle of red potion.
Already found bottle of red potion on Grandma Stories. Looks like Markers is bailing on GBT. Oh, you know what else is funny about Fit's route? He didn't pick up the Wath ice arrows. He was like, ew, who needs that anyway?
Yeah.
It's probably the song.
I mean, those
That actually
Wath
does
ice
remind me.
arrows told me that it was very, very likely that I was gonna find Deku in Shrine, since I went out of logic for it.
Because the ice arrows were Deku locked. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes sense. We were wondering like what drove Pojo to do Shrine as early as he did, but that would add up.
Yeah. I just figured I'll just go do whatever ice arrows is locking up in Stone Tower Temple area.
Yeah,
then
makes sense.
I was planning to route Shrine right after and then go and heal Komai, but I didn't.
Yeah, Pojo never did see ice when we did Deku Palace. And I do remember when, like, earlier, we were thinking, like, maybe you thought that the Watt was Goron Lullaby, which is why you went to Snowhead Temple.
That's GG for 5th, by the way.
GG's, 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 30 seconds.
Yeah, the Watts are really interesting in this mode. This is my first time watching one of the Blitz S2 seeds. I'll have to play a couple of these. It's pretty like mind-bending for a Blitz setting.
Yeah, because each Wath item has to lock 3 different fairies, so some good candidates for Wath items are things like Hookshot and Magic, since by default Hookshot automatically locks the Great Bay Fountain and the Akana Canyon Fountain, and then Magic
Right.
locks both Snowhead Fountain and Akana Canyon Fountain. But when you have something like, you know, one of your Wath is Hookshot, one of them's Magic, one of them's Ice Arrows, and then you find 3 different fairies in Upper Arcana, it's like, okay, well, that's where all
That's
3 Waths
that.
are fulfilled
Yeah.
there. So it's hard to kind of follow or have something in mind. Which this seed, that was the case, since Ice Arrows, I found Woodfall Canyon, and then I found Goron up in Woodfall Temple at Stone Tower. So there wasn't much direction after, you know, getting Goron and getting Deku.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky that like your Woths can never hint. Was that fifth? Welcome in fifth. GG's.
GG's fifth.
Yeah, GG's fifth. GG's bean. So, your thoughts on the seed fifth?
Well, it was a long casino. Koja probably already said his piece and departed. It seems. I'm not surprised by that. Wow. Yeah, just a long hunt for something. Just
Yeah, there were a lot of options here. We've been talking about you, Pojo, and Katie all took different pairs of transformation fairies for your remains.
I see that now on the restream. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of pieces I don't have here. I never did find Mask of Truth. Never found Fires.
Yeah, we still don't know where Fires were. Mask of Truth was in Uninverted Stone Tower Temple.
I got.
I'm kind of curious. I think Fire Arrows probably are on Kita.
Were they on
Could
Kita?
be.
I don't know,
think so.
but I know that was a big chest.
Or was it a big chest? Wow, I might have mispicked it then.
Yeah, because we know it's on GBT since Marker did go in there, and of all the checks that they were able to do, none of them were fire arrows. Did find another bottle though.
But I think Fire Arrows could be in the back of GBT though. Or on-
Yeah, well,
It could be.
anywhere before Seesaw. Yeah. Before or in.
Yeah, but right now, Markers is doing eggs, trying to get that Sonata, since they did find New Wave on Elder Goron off of a very lucky bottle on Healing Darmani.
Do we know where Mask of Truth was?
Mask of Truth was in STT basement.
I think you mean Lens of Truth?
I think that was Mask of Truth. I never found Lens of Truth.
I never found
Lens?
Lens either.
Yeah, only Markers has picked up Lens, and that was on Ocean Title Deed turn-in. But I'm not sure where Ocean Title Deed was.
Ocean Title Deed was in Woodfall.
Okay.
But with that said, welcome Raiders from Zelda Speedruns 3. Kind of missed out on most of the race, but we are watching Marker's Mass right now. New to the racing scene for Majora's Mask Randomizer. Trying to figure out where some of their stray fairies are so that they can complete the seed.
This will give Markers Sonata, which will give them ISTT access, which will give them access to the final Great Bay Fairy for their last remain. So they're now gonna be in go mode as soon as they see this as ISTT.
Not a bad showing for a newcomer. This was not an easy seed, clearly. Maybe from
Yeah.
Koja, but
And Markers had a big disadvantage of missing bottles until very recently. Like, he had no bottles until he picked one up from Darmani, of all places.
And there were a couple of minor things. I did point out earlier that they wore the Mask of Truth when doing Doggy Race, which, as experienced runners know, you just need to have it in your inventory. You don't need to have it when you enter the Doggy Race track. So, but otherwise, yeah, as mentioned, actually a good showing for their first time, especially on Restream.
Yep, looks like he's also immediately... Oh, I thought that was on slowing time.
No, inverting because he
Slowing
is in
time.
final hours.
He is in... Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Something interesting that we didn't point out to KT and Fifth, actually. Pojo did have a couple of mistakes, actually, that did set him back. A good example being the Graveyard Night 2 Iron Knuckle fight, where he took a death and pretty much decided to leave it behind for a while.
Yeah, I think he had no more bombs. But I don't think you need any more bombs. I think the walls remains destroyed once you go in once.
Did
he get in?
He was also struggling with getting through the path because no lens to be able to see the enemies and no way to effectively deal damage to the Skulltula.
Yeah, his only projectile was Zora Fins. So
Oh wow.
he could have gotten in, but he left it.
Yeah, I was glad I went to Mystery Woods. 2 of the 3 bows were there.
Yeah.
You were the
I
first
got
person
my...
to find the bows.
Yeah, it's tricky because the early game really pulls you toward getting that Zora and heading over to Pinnacle Rock for your magic. And so a lot of the usual cycles get pretty impressively disrupted by that. Looks like I reassembled things in partially the right order. By heading to Mystery Woods early.
I've been playing around with a new opener where it's basically the same as what I did today, except I go and do Mystery Woods right away, essentially, on night 2. But because I know I was missing out on Zora because I went right to night 2 and then went to the shop, I decided, you know what, I'll just skip it today. I'm missing Zora. Everyone else is getting Zora Cycle 1, not me.
Yeah, I'm checking out Kita right now, Bean, and you were right, it was a big chest. It's the second time I've mispeaked that this season, and I want to get my act together.
Do you have Sonata right there? You could
I do have
see if
Sonata.
it's fires.
Yeah, I'm actually taking on Kita right now. The upside of an early, the upside of an early GFS, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Although all of you were not using GFS in Iron Knuckle fights and the Dongo fights.
Except KT. KT Bean was using it against Iron Knuckle.
Not against the Donkos, so I didn't have it then.
Yeah.
Ah, that's fair.
It was early. I don't think I had it by Dodongos. It might have been an honest mistake on my part. I don't know.
I think it was Madame Aroma in Office.
Yes. It
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
I didn't know that when you go and visit Madame Aroma in Office, that if Madame Aroma in Bar has a fairy, that Great Fairy's mask would shimmer.
That's what that was.
Yeah, I
Because
noticed
we were
that
wondering
too.
if Couple's mask was locking on. But
Yeah, and I immediately realized that Aroma and Bar had a fairy. Of course, the sometimes had covered that too pretty well. But yeah, it was funny. The shimmer gave away a lot, including both those Romani Ranch fairies, which the late game kind of hinged upon. I was wondering which ranch item would come first, so I could pick one up and finish the game.
So, on night 3, in Akana Canyon by the scrub, would the Great Fairy's mask shimmer if Cafe has a fairy?
ooh.
I think I might have had that happen, and I was wondering why it was shimmering. Not this seed, but a different seed during practice.
I would believe it. I've had GMM Shimmer in the Stockpot Inn, but not for anything in the Stockpot Inn for the Rosa Sisters. Or maybe it was Guru Guru.
Oh, yeah, I've had that happen too.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Yeah, because the NPCs were there.
Yeah.
And often it goes off the NPCs.
This is Marker's picking up his final remains from the Great Bay Ferry.
Yeah, chat. Def Art Mates did have the last Great Bay Ferry, which I think Marcus.
I think what Nero's asking is that it's not a chest ferry normally, so why doesn't it have a chest ferry or something?
It's a small key chest, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if you were to pull out the GFM there, it would give you decent info.
That is true. There
Turns
aren't
out
any
Kid has a
normal
stone mask, by the way.
stone masks.
Then I guess it's probably time to assume that fire arrows may have been in either PFI or well, possibly,
Or GBT.
Probably back to GBT.
or back to GBT.
But yeah, no one explored well either.
Well, it was foolish.
Could fire arrows be foolish?
They can't be foolish because the Snowhead Stray Fairy was in Akana Castle.
Right.
They're arrow locked.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
I was
that's
thinking
true.
about fire arrows near the end because it was really a three-way casino. I was looking for one of Fires or Mask of Truth or what was it, Bremen. I just needed one of those three.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
was
realize
supposed to
you
have
didn't.
failed out with all the chase Goron, so yeah.
So then it would probably either be back of GBT or Shiro.
Or well.
Well was hit.
Oh, forgot, yeah.
Could be
we didn't get a
Hot
hint.
Springs.
Could be there. Could potentially be. Did find
Smithy was
It was.
hinted.
Oh, right.
Did anyone do Labfish?
I did eventually. I had to work hard to fit it in. Actually, no, did I?
I know you had a whole mission. I was thinking you were either gonna fish walk to Zoe Grotto or face the
Might have gotten distracted from it because, yeah, I found that Deku in Secret Shrine and then never really got back to it.
Yeah.
Well, I can check on it right now. I'm right outside Graveyard Grotto here.
Go turn that in the lens and go see what's on Shiro.
Good. Would have to set up my potion now.
Yeah, Bojo managed to like not really ever get pulled into Great Bay or Snowhead Fairies. I don't think he even checked their location. And GG to Marker's Mask.
GG?
GG.
Time of 2 hours, 37 minutes, and 16 seconds. See if they will join us for an interview.
Labfish was just a piece of art.
We could check the log.
Who's gonna tell Bojo he left the stream on? He probably did it on purpose.
I'm checking Shiro now. See if that's fire arrows.
Give me one moment.
I'm not sure if Jar Game into Zora Hall shop is the best way to be buying a red potion, but it's the way I've chosen.
Oh, that'll do.
After 3 hours of this seed, I'm allowed to have sloppy routing, right? Actually, no, I'm just going to sort a clock town, use the bank.
Yeah, there is no log access.
I see. So we just have to wait on these guys to full clear the entire,
I believe it can be pulled, but that will require Trez or someone else. But that should only be done in cases of an emergency, which this is not.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
We don't have to know where fires were. Probably GBT, I guess.
The mystery of fires will go unsolved, I think. I don't have
It
lens.
wasn't Shiro.
Okay.
This is probably back of GBT. Okay, I see him in the waiting room. Gonna bring him in. GG's
Welcome in.
Mask?
GG's.
GG's.
All right, where were fire arrows?
We don't know.
That's
Oh,
that's the question.
None of us got them.
Did Pojo get Cafe's mask or something for an early Stone Tower fairies or something, or what? Or did Pojo just straight route
Yeah.
it? Well,
that is what happened. Cafe was on Kume. And Pojo had the bottle of red potion.
Which
Gotcha.
I forget where the red potion bottle was.
It was on Grandma Stories, so available reasonably early. Pojo, and I think Fifth also you routed Cape before South and then did Grandma Stories and went South with the bottle.
Yeah, my first bottle was from Grandma Stories.
Yeah, so those
And it
two
was a bottle
had
of red potion,
Cafe.
which helped me. Yeah, that helped me get to Swamp and helped Kwame for cafes pretty early. It was just the other three colors that I couldn't solve for the longest time.
yeah. I feel like I was Cafe Mask Go mode for quite a while until, what was it? Brennan's Mask and Woodfall Temple, so that kind of felt bad. And excuse the voice, super sick, so.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
Good run for playing
Oh,
Super
yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, Beat's just sitting there doing nothing, so thought I would get some practice in, but yeah, that's unfortunate then, because my first bottle was what? Healing Darmani?
Yeah, that was
Wow.
wild.
That felt,
I
yeah, that
think-
felt pretty bad.
Like, although Katie did not get Cafe, she ended up picking up eggs, like, sometime not super late.
Yeah, I only did eggs once I got the third bottle in Punch Rock Grotto.
And Bip,
I did
if I
one
recall,
bottle eggs.
did. Yeah, you did one bottle eggs. I remember like chat was saying, Fifth, this is foolish, and I'm like, oh, it's for the eggs, probably for the song. Might as well grab one while you're here because you only have one bottle.
Right? I figured it would save me a little time. And hey, you never know if, say, a spare bottle might have shown up in one of those chests or something. Didn't happen that way, but I used the Sonata in the end, so it worked out.
And to my knowledge, Marcus Mask, I believe you're new to the racing, or at least returning.
Brand new.
Brand new. Okay. Just to give you a quick little tip, because we noticed that when you did Doggy Race, you did equip the Mask of Truth. You don't need to equip it, you just need to have it in your inventory when you enter Doggy Racetrack.
Does it still give you the okay, maybe I'm misunderstanding. Does it still give you the message from the dog, or does it do something else when you equip it when you enter?
It doesn't give you the message for the dog, but as long as you have it in your inventory, then the game will make it so that Gold Dog will be first place.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so once you get Mask of Truth, just enter Doggy Racetrack and grab Gold Dog. Also, as another note, if you find Mask of Truth in Doggy Racetrack, you do need to leave and re-enter for it to take effect.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good to know. And I wasn't mistaken that cafe mask is required for Madame Roman Bar, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Well-
Any other questions or comments to make regarding the seed?
Nope. I just wish I would have seen a bottle earlier. That would have been pretty helpful. But yeah. Was there any other bottles anywhere that anyone else found besides Grandma Stories?
We
There
did
was
find
one.
the chateau in Snowhead Temple.
Okay.
And then Punch Rock Grotto was the other one we saw.
Which grotto? Sorry.
Punch Rock on the road to Icona.
That
The
feels
Goron
pretty bad.
Punchable Raw.
Yeah, because I had no incentive to go back there after going all the way up for Goron. That's pretty unfortunate too. Then.
Yeah, awkwardly positioned bottle there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we could call it there.
All right, then. So thanks, everyone, for joining us for this Saturday Majora's Mask Randomizer Standard Weekly Race. Thank you, Pojo, Lone Wolf, KT Bean 626, Fifth Whammy, and Marcus Mask for joining us for this race as well. Of course, our trackers as well, Plap, Neuronomicon, and not listed, but we definitely appreciate him joining us, Captain MD13. And of course, Shellenor for joining me on comms.
You bet. Thanks for coming out.
Also, shoutouts to Shannon Bread for rolling the seed. We will blame Trez because he was supposed to take over, but I'm okay with closing it for us. And that's really it. That will be all of us for Majora's Mask. There is, I believe, a weekly race tomorrow, potentially, for those who wish to participate. We may not have a restream for it, but if we get a team together to do so, you can expect it at, it says 12 p.m. Eastern. I'm not sure if that's correct considering time zones, but
I think that's right.
Okay, so 12 p.m. Eastern, 1600 UTC, and that's really it. So with that said, have a good day, have a good evening, have a good afternoon, have a good weekend, everyone. All right.